Good evening, everyone. It's me, Jordan Thomas, reporting live from Linden, New Jersey. This is the Knicks versus Hawks pregame show. Basically, I will be talking about the pregame show because the Knicks tonight play their first road game of the season against the Atlanta Hawks. They play in Atlanta. This will be a huge, this is a huge win for them to get. I know it's earlier in the year, but coming off of just gut gut punching lost against the Celtics the other night, losing by 4 after they had a 6 point lead like with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The Knicks would love the Knicks. This would be a big win for the Knicks to get, especially because they have a back-to-back today and tomorrow. They play tonight in Atlanta, and then tomorrow they play at New Orleans. So it will be huge to win the first game of the back-to-back and have some momentum going into tomorrow's game. Well, there's a lot of things. Obviously, there was a lot of encouraging signs that we made that Celtics game close, and we almost pulled it off. But there's a lot of things a lot of fundamental errors we still got to work on that really cost us that game. And with our schedule to start the year, we have to be sharp. We cannot afford to make so many mental and fundamental errors because we're playing against tough playoff teams, especially at home. When you play against when you play against tougher teams who made the playoff, who are good consistently, especially in their building, turnovers and just not boxing out, missing free throws only magnify because when you give those good teams more possessions and extra possessions, they're going to capitalize because these teams are already good enough scoring wise. So you can't help them out. You got to be sharp. You got to be on your X's and O's. You got to be on your toes. You got to stay focused. Like the other night so if the Knicks want to get a win tonight against the Atlanta Hawks, they have to, one, for sure, shoot free throws better because to shoot 14 to 26, that should never happen. That's unacceptable, especially on your home court. But it doesn't matter where you are, honestly. You miss 12 free throws, you're not going to win too many games. I don't care who you're playing, but especially when you're playing against teams with the caliber of the Boston Celtics, who've been making it to the conference finals each year. When you play against great teams, they take advantage of mistakes like that. So you can't give them extra possessions. You can't turn the ball over. Especially tonight with the guard we're going against. The Hawks' main guard is Trae Young. Even though they have other players who is tough, Trae Young is the head of the snake. So you have to try to make his shots as tough as possible. Obviously, he's going to get his 20 because he's just that good. He's crafty. He could shoot from long range. He could attack. He could pass. But with great scorers and great players, you want to try to limit them on some. Like, you don't want them just killing you on scoring and passing at the same time. Because if they're doing that, then it's going to be a long night. So even if he gets 25, I would say try to limit him to 5 assists or something like that. And if he gets 25, make it a hard 25. Like, don't make, like, if, let's say he shoots 10 for 25 and he gets 25, you'll live with that as a defense because he had to really work for those shots. But don't give him open looks. Don't turn the ball over and don't give him transition points because when you're playing against a superstar player or a great scorer, you don't want to give them easy points because that's just how they get even more confident. And that makes your night even tougher than what it's already going to be. So you want to try to limit their touches, contest every shot. But the Hawks are not scrubs either. They got a good playoff team also. They have solid team. Bojan Bogdanovic, you got to watch out for him. He can shoot, so you cannot give him any room to shoot. You give him room to shoot, it's over, especially from 3. You got to, and then good thing we have Mitchell Robertson because Clint Capella is a beast on the boards. You have to box him out. You cannot try to outjump him because he's just a workhorse on the boards. Like, same thing with Mitchell Robertson. You can't try to outjump these guys. You got to get low, got to box him out, try to push him out the paint as much as possible. If you don't box out, then they're just going to out-rebound. Clint Capella's just going to have a field day, and that will set up a lot of their shooters. And the rebounders are very important. The centers, I know a lot of people focus on only the guards and the shooting, but you need great rebounders because if you don't have great rebounders, You need guys for like when your shooters are missing, because no one's gonna hit all their shots every game. It's just not gonna happen that way. The game, it's too many games, and you're gonna have off nights. So you need a guy that keeps possessions alive for your best shooter. And then also, they have so many guys that could hurt you on Atlanta too. So you have to be really mindful. Sadiq Bey is really athletic. They have a number of guys who are very athletic. Patty Mills is a great veteran who comes off the bench sometimes. He could really shoot. So he plays tough defense. So you gotta watch out for him when he comes in. You can't leave him open. Garrison Matthews, good shooter as well. DeJounte Murray, he's a quick guard, and he's very tough. He's very elusive. He gave us fits last year. Those 4 games we played him. We split with Atlanta last year, but one game he scored 40 against us in late January. So we got to just do our best to try to keep him out the paint and try to contest all his shots. He's very quick, and he has a good mid-range pull-up. So he's a tough guard as well. So we got to watch out for him. Wesley Matthews is a tough defender, and he could shoot the 3. So he's a good 3-and-D player. So the Knicks, we cannot underestimate anyone because our schedule is not easy. Like we got to play every opponent tough. We got to limit the turnovers. We have to box out. We can't give up offensive rebounds like we did to end the game the other night. And our stars got to come up big. Especially because the other night, as a team, we only shot 37% from the field. Even though we hit 18 threes, if you shoot 37% from the field and you miss 12 free throws, only shoot 54% from the field, you're not winning that many. You're not winning too many games. I don't care who you're playing. I don't care how good or bad the team is. You're just not going to win. And then you allowed the Celtics to shoot 47% from the field. That's just not a good recipe for success, especially when you're in against great teams like the Knicks are starting the season going against. Our next, we have a very tough schedule. Like I said, 9 of our first 14 games are against playoff teams, and there's a lot of road games in there. So we cannot take anything for granted. So if we want to be successful, we have to come out swinging every game. We cannot fall down by 10 points like we did the other night, matter of fact. We were down 12 points, and we had to dig a hole, and there's just a lot of stuff. Turnovers, I'm happy with the turnovers overall. We only turned it over 9 times, but it's not always about how much you turn the ball over for the game. It's when you turn the ball over, and the Knicks just turned it over at the worst opportune times. And then Randall just got to shoot. Randall got to play better. Brunson got to play better. Barrett has to play better, because the other night, Randall only shot 5 for 22 from the field. Brunson, 6 for 21 on very makeable shots. He usually makes those shots, so I'm confident he'll get back. And then Barrett, 8 for 20 from the field. Like, that's just not good efficiency. You gotta shoot much better than that. And Randall only had 14 points on 5 for 22 shooting. That's horrible. That's just terrible. That's flat out horrible. And then Brunson, 6 for 21, 15. You gotta do better than that. And the free throws just hurt us. Brunson even shot through. He only shot 1 free throw, but he missed the 1 free throw. Randall, 1 for 5 from the line. Like, no, that just can't happen. You gotta hit your free throws. That's everyone, because that's how we shot ourselves in the foot, by missing those free throws, because we just couldn't knock them down when we need to. Grimes missing that free throw to complete the 4-point play just doesn't help at all. So hopefully the Knicks could get a win. Hopefully could bounce back from that devastating loss that they should have won against the Celtics. Hopefully they bounce back and get a much needed win today. Hopefully we could beat those Hawks, and then hopefully we could go to New Orleans and get another win. But take one step. We got to take one game at a time. Can't look too far ahead. Got to play a strong 48-minute game. Especially on the road, you gotta always play a strong 48-minute game. But hopefully the Knicks could get a win, and I'm confident they'll play good. And let's go Knicks! Thanks to you everyone for listening to this channel. Hopefully everyone has a great weekend.